My brothers, what's up, men? Hey, so I was reading in 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 46, and I came across this expression or this saying that I wasn't familiar with, so I had to kind of dig in a little bit. And so as we know, the men of the Bible time would wear these long robes. And even though they were very comfortable, they had nice little airflow, they weren't very practical. You know, when it came down to working or running or having a fight, they would have to do this process. It was called girding their loins. And I wasn't familiar with that. So basically it's just a thing where they would just tuck in their robe and make it look like shorts. And so they were able to do whatever they needed to do, right? During the scripture, Elijah had just got done taking out 450 of Baal's prophets. The Lord had brought fire down onto this super soaked wet altar, and he was about to make it rain. It hadn't rained in like 3 years, but Elijah tells Ahab, listen, hey, it's about to rain. You need to get down with your chariot and head to Jezreel because you're going to get stuck in the mud. And so King Ahab wasn't about to mess with Elijah, and he just took off, right? Well, it says God touched Elijah, and then Elijah girded up his loins and took off to Jezreel, which was like 20 miles away. In the rain, he outran the King Ahab in his chariot. So he basically made him the original Flash Gordon, right? And so spiritually, what does that mean, girding up your loins? It means like to prepare yourself for what God is about to do. He's removing all the hindrances, making it so you don't get tripped up, and just taking action into faith, right? That is what we need to do when we gird up our loins. You know what I mean? It just makes me want to say it in the English accent. Gird up your loins, mate. But so when we see men sagging and doing all these different things, we should start saying gird up your loins, and then make them look up and figure it out. What does that mean? What are they talking about? Probably get shot or something. But anyways, tell them to gird up their loins because it is time for battle. Basically, you know, like an expression, roll up your sleeves, it's time to work, or maybe pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's kind of a, you know, sketchy saying because everybody gets all bent up about that. But what I'm trying to say is, listen, right after this, Elijah, you know, he gets succumbed by fear. And sometimes we, you know, after we do something miraculous or do something great and that God gives us the strength for the boldness to do it, sometimes we get distracted. And what I'm saying is, doesn't matter. Gird up your loins, get back in the battle. Don't allow these things to trip you up and continue to fight. All right? Love you guys. Peace.